Hey Birchouse friends. So I know it's been a moment since I've done any kind of video or done some photos or whatever. I've been kind of abandoned my socials for a little bit, neglected my socials here for a bit. But as if you follow us at all, you know that we are in the height of our production season for the festival season. This is always a super busy time for us. But this week I have some very cool things to show you that we've pumped out of the workshop here. And the first is one I'm super excited about, very excited about. And that is our Gen 5 Viking Shields. I'm going to scoot back. This is our fifth iteration of our Viking Shields. And this is probably, more than likely, our final generation, our final version of our Viking Shields. I said that last time with Gen 4, and then I made a bunch of huge changes. So, but I think this is it. And to kind of emphasize what those changes are, I brought along a Gen 4 Viking Shield. And I'll try and make points along the way. So some of the big changes we made are one, they're still the 33.5 inch that the Gen 4s are, which brings them in line with the Trelleborg Viking Shield. But we've added a bevel to the edge. We've chamfered the edge, which is not on our Gen 4s. They just come all the way out to the edge flat. And this came from the work we did for the Swordsmanship Museum and Academy. We did a Gokstad shield for them this year, and both the Gokstad shield has a double chamfer, double bevel, and the Trelleborg has a chamfer. And so we decided that it was time for us to start doing it on our regular Viking shields. So all of our Viking shields now will have this single bevel along the edge. Secondly, we have changed our handle design to be more in line with a period accurate Viking age handle. It is this faceted edge. We want the kind of a pentagon sided edge, something kind of akin to what's on the Trelleborg Viking shield. But again, the Gokstad shield has that same faceted design. Now, up to this point, we've been doing a handle that looks like this, which looks, in hindsight, kind of terrible. And I've been doing this for a couple years now. I don't know why I started doing this. I don't know if I thought maybe I would like have my own design, do something kind of fancy. I do know that I made it a little shorter to bring in line with the Trelleborg. I decided I really didn't care for that, so we went for a handle that now spans the entire length of the shield. And it now has this more period accurate design. So less of our own design and more of one that is in line with shields that are representative of the time period. So the other two big changes we made is our paint. Viking Age shields were painted with they used a lead-based paint, and so we started using outdoor enamel paint just because we liked the vibrancy of the colors. It made it waterproof, so you know if you were taking this out to the festival and stuff, the colors wouldn't run, and it's not lead-based. It's always kind of bothered me, and the two shields we've done for the Swordsmanship Museum Academy, we've used milk paint by the Real Milk Paint Company, and I decided this year I liked the product so well that it's going now on all of our Viking shields. This gives it a more Viking Age adjacent look. It is textured and has the coloration that is more in line with a period accurate shield. And naturally we chose colors that are representative of Viking Age, actual Viking Age colors. And then the final, and this is a big one, up to this point we've been using internet bought shield bosses. And there's some very nice products out there, but I've always wanted something that was unique and handmade, and our friends at Oogla's Night Forge knocked it out of the park with these. I'm going to bring up, because I just can't tell you, Scott the blacksmith just killed it. This is our shield bosses that he has made for us. And so now, all of our Viking Shields, all our Gen 5 Viking Shields and beyond, will use bosses made by Oogla's Night Forge, as well as the hardware, the nails that rivet the entire shield together. I can't tell you how excited I am. These shields are so cool. I'm so happy with this final generation of shield. So that's that. Now, before I sign off, I did want to show you something that I think is kind of fun. And I've showed this before, but this is where we're at today. This is our Gen 5 Viking Shields. They're available for purchase right now. This is where we were last year and a half. Our Gen 4 Viking Shields. But I want to show you where I started. I made this shield long before Birchouse was a business, before I was selling shields. This was my first run at building my own shield, and this thing is hilarious. For starters, you immediately notice it's much too small, but it is entirely too thick. It is so heavy. I think I used fencing planks to put it together, because like they'll dovetail, the interlock. I didn't know at the time that the shields were butted. I didn't even have the right tools, so you can see how wonky this hole is in the middle. And so I believe I used like a drill and handsaw to get this hole out. I had these reinforcement planks that are not shown on any known Viking shields. This thing is hilarious. Actually, it's not even riveted together. They're just nailed together. Now, as an interesting note, I didn't at the time know that Viking shields were riveted generally. So what I did, without knowing it, is I punched nails through and I bent them over in a technique called clinching. And there is evidence that some shields were built in this manner, where instead of just trying to rivet the shield together, the nail would just be bent over and down into the wood, hooking it all together. So unknowingly, I did do this one kind of maybe accurate thing. But I just wanted to show this off because this is a far cry from this. These are so cool. I am so happy to have these here at Birchouse Woodcrafts. I hope you love them. If you get a Birchouse shield, I almost forgot one big thing. One other thing, this year we did finally lock down a maker's mark. And so I'll sign this off by showing you that all our shields now will have our little maker's mark. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.